Title: The Girl on the Bench, Romantic Version. Hi. Let me tell you a story, a love story, not the kind with roses or perfect timing, but the kind that creeps in softly and stays with you forever. It started with a bench, just an old wooden bench in the park. Nothing special, except that it became the place where my whole world would change. Every evening after work, I went there to sit, to think, to feel like I belonged somewhere. I didn't expect anything. I just needed quiet. Then one day, she was there, sitting on the other end of the bench, hair tucked behind her ear, eyes closed, music in her ears, and the softest smile on her face, like the world couldn't touch her. I don't know why, but I couldn't stop looking. The next day, she was there again. Same time, same place. No words, just a glance. And I smiled. She smiled back. Something unspoken passed between us. Something gentle. Something beautiful. We kept meeting like that, almost like the park was writing its own love story. Every day the silence grew warmer. And one afternoon, as the sun dipped low, she took off her headphones, turned to me and said, "Hi." Just that, one word. But it felt like the start of something big, bigger than anything I'd known before. Her name was Era. She liked cloudy days, vanilla ice cream, and books with sad endings. She believed love should feel calm, not chaotic. And somehow, I agreed. From then on, we talked. Not all at once, but little by little. About life, about love, about fears we didn't even realize we had. She told me the bench was her escape, the place she came to breathe. And I told her it was mine too. And we laughed, because the universe must have planned it that way. One rainy day, I came to the park, even though the sky was crying, and there she was, waiting with two umbrellas. "I thought you'd still come," she said. "I hoped you would." And we sat there under one umbrella, not saying much. But my heart, it was screaming. I wanted to tell her I was falling, that her voice felt like music, her smile like sunlight, and her presence like coming home. But I didn't. Not yet. I was scared to ruin it. Scared she didn't feel the same. Until one day she was late, and then the next day, she wasn't there at all. The bench felt empty, like the color had drained from the world. I waited and waited. 3 days passed, and then on the fourth, she came running. Tears in her eyes, hair messy. She didn't even say hello. She just hugged me, tight, like she was afraid to let go. "My dad was in the hospital," she whispered. "I didn't know who to talk to, but I kept thinking about this bench. And you." I held her, and in that moment, I knew. She was mine, and I was hers. Not because we said it, but because we didn't have to. From then on, we met every day, not because we had to, but because we couldn't stay away. She once told me, "I think love is when someone feels like peace and adventure all at once." And she was right. We never had a big confession. Just one evening, as the sky turned gold, I reached for her hand, and she didn't pull away. She looked at me, and in her eyes, I saw everything. 1,000 unspoken words, a million unsent love letters, a lifetime of quiet promises. And when I kissed her, it felt like I was finally home. Now, years later, we still walk past that bench. Sometimes we sit there, hand in hand, and smile at where it all began. And every time it rains, she still brings two umbrellas. So if you ever sit on a bench and see a stranger smiling at you, maybe, just maybe, it's the beginning of your own forever. Because love doesn't always shout. Sometimes it sits beside you in silence, waits through the rain, and smiles when you finally say, "Hi."